Hello, my very dear Aries. Sometimes I think that you get treated in a way that makes you seem kind of tough, and you can be ferocious. Sometimes it's because you're ferocious and you're loving that it comes out in a kind of ferociousness in other ways too. This is your reading for the week of May 26th, or whenever you hear this and it resonates. What I know about you, Aries, is that you can love extremely deeply. Sometimes because you're so concerned about protecting yourself, you don't always let people know that you love them or how you love them or how deeply you love them. It's almost as though you're standing back, feeling this love, but defended against being too vulnerable in it. As though you're waiting to make sure that somebody else is going to prove themselves to you before you can really fully let yourselves be vulnerable. But the unfortunate aspect of that is that in that waiting for somebody else to prove that it's safe for you to be really genuinely vulnerable with them, you can put up walls against your own feelings, and you can put up barriers instead of boundaries so that people don't always know how to be with you. It can be the kind of thing where it's almost as though as much as you want them and as much as you can keep them with you, you keep them at a distance with you. And part of that is because it's not all you. Part of that is because that is their response also to being vulnerable with you. Then is they tend to pull back and not be vulnerable in return. So it can be almost a kind of standoff. And as much as there can be love there between the two of you, if it's not being really exchanged completely and understood in a vulnerability, it has a lifespan, it has a shelf life before it gets to be something that is not supportive but can be restrictive. Now, I didn't know I was going to say all that. What I heard as I was getting ready to do this reading was, okay, it's time to talk turkey. Of course, that expression meaning, let's get real. Let's get to it. Let's get to the point. Let's get to the truth. But then as I was sitting down, what I started hearing was the theme. I think it's a theme from Twilight. It's that song, 1,000 Years by Christina Perry. I have died every day waiting for you. Darling, don't be afraid. I have loved you for 1,000 years. I'll love you for 1,000 more. Now, of course, this will not be for every Aries. But for the ones that I'm reading, Aries, I am just getting shivers because I feel like this is your call to be able to really open yourself to the truth of how you're feeling, getting beyond your own defensiveness. Because the thing is, when you create a wall against somebody else, you're creating a wall in yourself too, against your feelings. So Aries, what you're getting here is your first three key cards are the mind. The mind is not only the tool with which we interpret the world around us. The mind is the great cosmic cookie cutter which manifests our world according to its shape and the ingredients we put into it. Then the next card you get, the energy. Hold no grudges. Whatever blame you wish to project onto others or yourself, and whatever resentment seems justified, give it up. Let everyone, including you, be blameless. Name the offense. Don't pretend it's not there. Talk turkey. And then decide that it's not worth it. Accept that you might not be right in your perception. Even if you think you're right, allow for the possibility that you're not and choose forgiveness. This card makes me think of some of the work that Byron Katie does. When she says, whatever you think somebody else is doing to you, she's got a beautiful short dialogue that turns it around and helps you see it from your perspective, from another perspective. I really recommend that, Byron Katie. The other thing that was really coming to mind for me is the 4 agreements. Don't make assumptions. Don't take anything personally. Don't talk trash about people, and always do your best, knowing your best will change according to the day. There are beautiful descriptions, again, the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And if you read that and you start looking at your own mind and what you're doing in terms of how you're perceiving and defining the relationships, put the context within which you're doing that, it can really help shift you into another way of doing, which is beautiful because the third card is have no opinion. Today, refrain from offering any opinions or suggestions, even when asked. Okay? Now, of course, when I'm reading this card when I'm using these cards as a reading, I take themes, concepts, and feelings, and sometimes lines out of them as they fit together. This one to me is going back to forgiveness. This one is going back to what I was saying about make no assumptions. Don't take anything personally. Have no opinion. Your mind is helping to create whatever the situation is. If this is a love situation, you're really being asked to, if this is a love, thank you. If this is a love situation involving another person, you're really being asked to look at this and say, how is the structure of your mind and what you've put into it from the past or what you are putting into it now affecting it in a negative way? How is it preventing forgiveness? And if you decide to take the opinion of, maybe there's stuff here that I don't know or don't really understand, and I'm blaming somebody for something that's not really them, and you can be neutral about it, that can shift your ability to really, basically that's changing the shape of your mind, because you are choosing now to give it another context within which to look at something, okay? So then now, if you add that and you add the concept of forgiveness, you add the concept of make no assumptions, what it can do is it can help get you out of the struggle in the relationship by having no opinion, by letting yourself just step back from it and get out of the struggle. Sometimes it's just getting out of the struggle, just even momentarily, that allows you to drop whatever the issue is or drop whatever the situation is. Now, if this is not about a love situation, because it will not be for everybody, that's the cat. If that is regarding a general attitude in life or a situation or another specific situation or a general attitude in the way you've dealt with your life, what you're being asked to look at is if it's a problematic way of being, if you find yourself defended and not receptive, do you want the problem or do you want the solution? Because sometimes by engaging yourself against something, against a way of being, against an attitude, against a situation, what you're doing is you're just reinforcing that energy. Again, have no opinion, step away, forgiveness, step away from the struggle, and allow yourself then say, no, I can look for the solution. I can move towards the solution. Forgiveness and have no opinion are two key cards, as well as the reminder that your mind is a big part in whatever is going on here. And it is your option to choose the kind of love that is not something that is reciprocal. It's not something that's deserved by anybody. It's a state of being. It's not something you give to some and take to others. It's a state of being. And when you can move into that state of being love, understanding the nature of love as a foundational part, a foundational energetic frequency of who we are, that can allow you to shift your mind. That can allow you to move into the energy of forgiveness, which is expansive. It's the understanding of innocence. It's the understanding that you're not all-knowing and that there may be more here and that you can let go of what your opinion is about something to step out of the struggle and to allow the solution to arrive rather than focusing on the problem in hopes you're going to figure it out. Okay? Aries, it's really quite very specific. And for me, this is really good because it's specific about the nature of what can be going on that's problematic for you. And it's specific about how you can move through it and beyond it. And of course, this is what we all want. Love, that's what we want to return to, is love, is the essential nature of who we are. Because in that, We attract the quality of love that we really want, which is beautiful love that is not demanding in a selfish way. It's a love that allows us to receive as well as give. It's a compassionate love, which allows for human frailty and error while maintaining self-love, self-respect, and healthy boundaries. All of that's important within a context of our human life here as part of our evolution and growth. So I see this as a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful step forward if you're getting this, Aries. I genuinely do. So I'm going to leave you with that for now. And I hope this is of help to some of you. Thank you for coming and watching. Take care.